cool, man. Don't be all like uncool. Today we're making ice cream, and you don't need an ice cream maker. We only need a few ingredients for this fruity no-churn ice cream. We're using heavy whipping cream, eggs, sugar, salt, cream of tartar, and then I've got some freeze-dried strawberries, and just to kind of zing it up, we're gonna use a little 5-spice powder and some Saint Germain. The ability to make ice cream at home without an ice cream churn could prove problematic. But for now, we're gonna roll with it. Okay, this all starts on top of the stove. I've got about a cup of water that I brought to a boil in a pot on top of the stove here, and then I turned it down to a simmer. And then I made this little ring of foil to put on top of that. It's probably not necessary, but better safe than sorry. And then I've got the bowl of my stand mixer that I've fitted with a candy thermometer that we're gonna put on top of that. And because so many of the recipes that I'm using lately call for weights, I actually sprung for this cheap little scale. So I've weighed all my ingredients. I've got 5 ounces of egg whites and 5 3/4 ounces of sugar that are just going into the bowl. I'm gonna add a scant 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and then a heaping 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna stir this over that simmering water for about 5 minutes. We're looking for 165 degrees. Once we get to 165 degrees, the eggs will look frothy, and we're going to move to the mixer. Once we take the egg whites off of the stove, we will mix them in the stand mixer on high speed until they're thick and glossy. Things don't always go as planned in the kitchen. I realized when I was editing this video that I forgot to hit record on the second half of the ice cream video. But setback is just another word for opportunity, so I am using this opportunity to make a second batch of ice cream. For the first batch, we used freeze-dried strawberries with a little bit of 5-spice and some Saint Germain. For this new batch, I'm using freeze-dried blueberries, and we're gonna use just a little coriander. I ground some coriander, and again, some Saint Germain. So, picking up where we left off, we've got that Swiss meringue, those egg whites that we beat until they're stiff and glossy. I've removed those from the pan, and now we're gonna go in with 12 ounces of heavy cream. I'm gonna add just a touch of coriander, maybe 1/8 teaspoon, some Saint Germain, and our freeze-dried blueberries. We've whipped the blueberries and cream till they're fluffy, and now we're just going to combine the Swiss meringue with the blueberry cream. And I'm just folding the meringue into the blueberry cream, being pretty gentle to try to keep as much air as possible in this mix. So here we have our blueberry ice cream ready for the freezer. The blueberry has freeze-dried blueberries, a little coriander, and some Saint Germain. We've got our strawberry ice cream that has a little 5-spice powder and some Saint Germain. That's been setting up for about 6 hours. But wait, there's more. I've also done a raspberry version. This one has freeze-dried raspberries, a little lime zest, and some Chambord. That's a raspberry liqueur. So these ice creams need about 6 to 8 hours in the freezer, and they're ready to go. So that's it. Ice cream's in the freezer. We gotta wait for it to set up. I know what you're thinking. But Lori, ice cream alone is so boring. That's it? Well, this, my friends, is what we call a cliffhanger. I got big plans for that ice cream. Big plans. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time.